Hey guys, it's Friday, December 9th. The time is 4:34 p.m. and the temperature's around 3 degrees Celsius. I'm currently walking north up Church Street, and I have just finished recording a video for the main Johnny Strides channel where I went all the way down the length of Church Street from where it starts at Yonge and Church down to where it ends, just south of the Esplanade. There's a look at an original Banksy artwork, I guess you could say. And I'm currently heading north to Dundas Square just to check out the HDR capabilities of my smartphone. I just want to do a sample video, so I thought I would turn on the camera and record a little bonus video for the Stumbles channel, which you're watching this on. I still have plenty of battery life left. So this is Church and Front Street. And this is the St. Lawrence Market neighborhood. Just there on the left is the Flatiron building. So I think what I'll do is I'll just cut through Brooksy Park just up ahead, and I'll make my way north up to Dundas Square along some side streets. And here we go, Brooksy Park. I haven't seen this lighting feature, whatever you want to call it, lit up this year. That's kind of neat. Let's go take a look. Of course, the famous dog fountain is turned off. There's a look behind me at the artwork on the backside of the Flatiron building. And that is the eastern side of the financial district I'm looking at. And I don't really know the story behind whatever this thing is. Looks like that's a dog bone on the top with a bow around it, presumably for the dogs in the fountain, many of whom are rocking scarves right now. So someone's had a lot of fun decorating this park. It's a shame that not so many people will be experiencing this year. There's some toques on the fingers of those hands over there. And it has just ever so slightly started to rain. So this here is Wellington Street. And I can't see a sign, but I'm pretty sure this is Scott Street. So we'll turn north up here. Hopefully I can get to Yonge-Dundas before it really starts raining. So this is Colburn Street, and actually I think that was, if that wasn't Scott Street, that little section there, that would have been the southern end of Victoria Street. But just south of Wellington, off in the distance there, is Scott Street. So that's where the confusion would have been derived from. And just up ahead here is a stretch of Victoria Street I recently recorded on a rain walk on the Johnny Strides channel, so maybe I'll avoid this section and go up Toronto Street instead. There's a look west down King Street. And a look at the King Eddy. And the rather short Toronto Street. This here is Old Post Office Lane. You could cut through there to Victoria Street, and I would imagine this is probably the old post office it's referencing. I'm not actually too familiar with a lot of the older buildings here. Toronto Post Office from 1853 to 1873. They're in this old Rosewater of Toronto Chambers building. There used to be a bar, I think, called the Rosewater. It's a popular after-work spot for all the people in the financial district. The Poke Box. There's a cute store that I'm sure isn't doing very well given the current restrictions. Excelsior Life Building. So there's definitely a lot of history here. Perhaps I'll have to do some research and come back and cover this street properly. But it's still neat to take a look around. So now walking west on Richmond Street, or Adelaide rather. Oops. Richmond is one way, just to the north of here, but it flows in the other direction. This is certainly not a very lively rush hour. And I think there's an alleyway at some point just to the left of here that'll take me straight up to Dundas Square. Maybe I can find my way over to that instead of going all the way up Victoria. That wouldn't be till north of Queen Street, I believe. It's telling me to use the other sidewalk. I shall do just that. So this is Richmond Street. There's a police officer manning the construction zone right there. And this is Queen Street East. So just here on the left is the backside of the Elgin and Winter Garden Theatre. I'm starting to get some deja vu as it feels a lot like the video I filmed a week ago. Also, just to the north of here is Massey Hall, and then the Ed Mirvish Theatre. So there's three rather grand old theatres right along this stretch. So just up ahead would be Shooter Street. And this here is Massey Hall, which is undergoing a heritage refurbishment or restoration, whatever you want to call it. There's the emergency room entrance to St. Mike's Hospital. And we're at Shooter Street. So I think that laneway I talked about, I'll be able to access just past the Fran's restaurant, which is located in the base of the Pantages Tower. And directly in front of me is the Toronto Eaton Centre. There it is, O'Keefe Lane. And if it weren't for the construction of Massey Hall, I think I could have entered it more to the south of here. There's a look at Massey Hall. And let's head up this laneway to Dundas Square. I'm kind of curious how my Galaxy S20 FE will handle shooting in HR. Normally you need a pretty expensive camera and lens to pull off HDR. There are some YouTube channels that are similar to mine in that they're walking channels that do HDR content already. One in particular that's rather stunning is Virtual Japan. If you have an HDR capable display, which not too many people have one that is capable of true HDR. A lot of TVs say HDR, but they don't get bright enough, or they don't have deep enough black levels or good enough contrast or a wide enough color gamut, so you only get part of the effect. But still, I think it's really worth checking out that channel, Virtual Japan. Also, you need to make sure that your YouTube app on your smart TV platform supports HDR. So there's a whole lot of hurdles that still need to be overcome, but if you have the setup to support it, it's definitely worth checking out, as it's quite spectacular. There's some good old-fashioned dumpster diving. There's a look south and down O'Keefe Lane. And I have arrived at Dundas Square. I can already hear preachers annoying everybody in the background. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this journey from the foot of Church Street, or rather where Church and the Esplanade is, north up to Yonge-Dundas Square. You're in downtown Toronto. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you haven't yet done so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as well as to my main Johnny Strides channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next one.